Okay, good morning, folks. Rise and shine. I know we've had a long week, but guess what? It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning. And we've got some persons here at the First Assembly Church right off of Old Crewe Road who have been extremely busy already this morning assisting people in the community. So we're going to be talking to a few of those persons here. I'm just showing you all the bags of groceries that they have made available, working in conjunction with the Cayman Islands Food Bank. This is actually one of the locations for a food pantry, and we're going to explain to you guys in just a minute here what the difference is between those two so that you understand how this nonprofit works in conjunction with a lot of our community churches to make sure that people in our communities who are in need have food and food supplies that they actually require. So I see over 50 of you already tuned into the broadcast. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. So you guys know that all week I have been making a personal plea for persons to make donations to the Cayman Islands Food Bank. It's an organization that has been around for about 2.5 years now, almost 3 years. I always remember that because they were one of the first events as Cayman Mall Road got started that we attended. So almost started at the same time as CMR. And we were so excited to get an invitation from them to attend that event and to find out a little bit about how they are assisting the community. So again, almost 100 people. Yay, let's get to that 100-person mark, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. There we go, 100 persons. I'm here at the First Assembly Church off of Old Crewe Road and here with some of the volunteers. We're going to speak to them in just a minute. And you see these 2 empty tables here. They were full of food bags, just like you see over in this section. And again, they have been prepping these bags and making them ready for families to come and just basically get a bag of groceries, I want to go through some of the bags so that you guys can kind of see what's in them. Essentials like toilet paper, which is awesome. Some snacks for the kids. Looks like we've got a little bit of coffee creamer, even some forks because, during times like this, people may not have some of these essential items. And some of these items are quick and easy to just grab. We've got like mac and cheese and other things. So if you've been going through your pantry trying to decide what to donate, this is a great idea. There was a list posted a couple days ago, but any canned foods, pastas, chips, anything that is easy for people to grab and prepare and doesn't necessarily, go bad. It's like non-perishable foods. A great idea. So we have some like Chips Ahoy cookies, flour. So if you got like any bags of flour, like I've got a couple bags of cornmeal. I'm going to try to donate some of those once I put my package together. So go through your own pantry and let's see how we can help others who are less fortunate in our community. So let's talk to some of the volunteers. Philip, good morning. You're going to be up first. You're kind of like the main person organizing things from the food bank perspective. So tell us a little bit historically about the Cayman Islands Food Bank, how it got started, and what it is that you guys do.
First of all, good morning, Sandra, and good morning to the rest of the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands Food Bank was started by the idea of Pastor Boucher. It's not an organization that is run by a church, but it was started by the idea of Pastor Boucher along with some businessmen, Woody Foster, Sharpie Delapene, and also we have Mary Eden, who was one of the founding members who actually attend this church. The food bank came as a result of Pastor Boucher going to Mr. Woody Foster and saying that instead of the food being thrown away, that has been expired, damaged good, then cans and so forth, why not store it and give it to organizations called pantries, pantries that are established throughout the Cayman Islands. We have pantries in Georgetown, Bordentown, West Bay, and recently we are looking to launch 2 more pantries, one in East End and North Side. And saying yes, more pantries, that means more food will be needed. So far we have donated food in close to over 100,000 pounds of food to persons in need in the community. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has donated money, food. Without you, the people of the Cayman Islands, this would not be possible. We want the Cayman Islands to own the food bank. It's an organization that collects the food and distributes it. The difference between a food bank and a food pantry is this. As a food bank, we don't necessarily give to individuals. We go and we collect from all the sources that are giving us food, from the homes, from the grocery stores, and then we go through it to make sure that it is okay for human consumption. And then after this, we have the pantries send out their drivers and trucks to pick up the food, take it to their pantries like the First Assemblies of God and any other pantries that are established, and then they disperse it to the individuals. I must say, however, is that you don't just show up and get the food. You have to be assessed, because you have to have accountability. And you have to fill out a form, very basic form, it's easy to fill out, or if you don't understand how to, someone at the pantry will help you to fill it out. So come on down if you're in need, you've lost your job, even if you have a job and sometimes after you've paid all your bills, hence cannot meet, we'll try to help you. What I would like to say to the people of the Cayman Islands in general, the food bank is not something that or the pantry is not something that we think that we want you to be every week coming to. We want to know that you can have a better job, or if you don't have a job, you can get one, so that it will be in the short term. It's not something that would like any family to be on forever. So it's a temporary stopgap for what you're going through. And again, I cannot emphasize for all the businesses, the individuals that have given generously. Without you, it would not be possible. So a big thank you on the board of directors and everyone involved. You make this happen.
Okay, well, thank you so much. So again, how many pantries do we have throughout the island at this time?
We have approximately 4 pantries.
Okay. Do you know off the top where those locations are? So obviously, First Assembly of God.
First Assembly. We have one in West Bay that is down at the moment because the person was ill at Stanwick Miles Church of God. I had a meeting with Mr. George, who was the one who was responsible for running that. He was ill for a while, and we spoke about it about 2 weeks ago, and he's looking to start it up again. We have one in Borden Town. We also passed the roads that have been approved for Borden Town, and I think he's trying to iron out some things that needs to be done internally to continue to do that. The other 2 that we are planning on having shortly, which we have the location already, is Northside and Eastern Civic Center. A section of that will be used, and there's somebody that has donated a place in Eastern. I went and visited with our volunteer, Mr. Lindsey, and we are looking to start pretty soon. And again, I emphasize, more pantries mean we need more people to continue to give businesses and individuals. One of the things I would also like to emphasize, I did talk about persons giving, but without the volunteers, this would not be possible, because we don't have enough persons to run a food bank or various pantries. So the volunteers, you play a vital role, and we encourage persons to come and volunteer with your local food pantry and let us make this a dream come true for those who are in need. No child should go hungry. And again, in the school as well, we have established West Bay Primary as a pilot program for children who are going to school hungry, and so far we have been able to establish that. And kids who need money and don't have the lunch money, someone has been generous to donate funds towards feeding those hungry children. So again, a big thank you to the Cayman Islands on behalf of the board of directors, Woody Foster, Choppy Delapini, Mary Eden, myself as the operation managers, and everyone who volunteers. God bless you, and we appreciate all that you're doing.
Okay, thank you so much. So again, folks, we're at one of the pantry locations. So the food bank is the central, basically they collect the food and they go through their processes before then distributing it to a variety of different pantry locations. And the pantry locations is where the general public would go to in order to pick up and get the food distributed to them. So far we have 4 pantries in the Cayman Islands, with more pantries coming online here shortly. You have a role to play. You can make food donations, as well as you can volunteer your time to the pantries, because the pantries need help distributing the food. So let's speak to some of the volunteers that are here this morning. We can start with this young lady. Olga? Hi, Olga. How are you? You're one of the volunteers here at First Assembly. How long have you been volunteering for?
Oh, goodness. I would say close to 5 years now.
Okay. So with this program, you've been doing it then basically from day one for the actual pantry?
No, it's been going on
You guys
for
are
a couple
doing
of
it.
years before
Okay.
me. This has been established a long time ago.
Okay.
Pastor Boucher,
Okay.
who started the Good Samaritan on his first work permit here 8 years ago or so. Am I right in saying that?
Okay.
He's
So this
started the
pantry
local
has
pantry.
existed before the food bank.
Correct.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been at this for a little while. Tell us why you think it's such an important project to be involved with.
When I initially started, I've been interviewing people, and involved was the interview process, doing some of the admin, updating the sign-in sheets. There are so many people who need help in this community, Caymanians and lower paid expats. It was shocking, really, to learn that, because it's such an affluent place. It is an expensive place to live, but there are people who weekly need basic things such as food. I always say nobody would be coming here unless there was
They
a
really
need.
need. Exactly.
And we do help out 30, 40 families weekly for years.
Awesome. Well, we see Miss Lorna Bush has just said that she will volunteer, so you just picked up
Fantastic.
a new volunteer. So thank you so much, Olga.
Yeah,
We
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it. All right, and we also have Alric Lindsey here. Alric, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very camera shy, so
That's okay. We'll make it painless for you. Tell us, a little bit about your volunteerism. How long have you been doing this for, and what motivates you to come out and be involved with this program?
well, first of all, Cayman Mall Road motivates me to get up every day to do something good. So I've been volunteering for a very long time, doing different things for different volunteer organizations. So when Philip mentioned the Cayman Food Bank to me, it was just natural for me to get involved. So I think since last year, I think I've been helping the Cayman Food Bank. So it's actually a very good feeling to, when you see the look on people's faces when they're receiving the help that they need. And not everyone wants attention being drawn to them being in need, and for that reason we don't take photos.
They may not want to, so you'd have to ask her.
So not everyone wants their face shown.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
they're receiving help. So generally speaking, when people are in this type of situation, we don't take pictures, and we generally don't take videos of those people.
Yeah,
To try
exactly.
to respect their privacy.
Yeah.
But during this process also, we're trying to abide by the law, which is currently for public meetings, no more than 50 people. So we're trying to spread people out as well in different locations, so that we don't breach those regulations.
Yeah.
And you probably see here, this is information from Hazard Management Cayman Islands. And Hazard Management provided this information package, which we are also giving to all of the people who come for assistance. They also
Okay.
get an information package.
About coronavirus.
So
Awesome.
the package talks about what is coronavirus, and what you should be doing when you are doing the self-quarantine at home. And there's also a page in Spanish for those who speak Spanish. So I think the guide by Hazard Management is very helpful. And as you know, the government has always said you should get the information from the source. And we've gotten this from Hazard Management, and it's a couple of sheets, very, very informative. And so we're not just giving food, we're giving information so that people can help themselves. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful to be involved in this process. And
Yeah.
one of the things I want to mention is there are a lot of people here who are packing the bags from early, or the night before, or late in the evening. And we just wanted to say, give a lot of thanks and show a lot of appreciation for the people who are actually packing these groceries. Because a lot of times people don't see what goes on in the background.
Yes.
And we just want to show a lot of appreciation for those people who are helping in the background, who are taking time away from their families to come and pack these grocery bags, which are to the benefit of the people who really need it. So a lot of thanks and a lot of appreciation goes out to all those people who are helping in the background, and also to all the volunteers, and to Miss Marie Eden, who's instrumental in coordinating these efforts. And she has a detailed knowledge of the people's needs and the families' needs, individuals' needs. So much thanks to Miss Marie Eden as well. And obviously Mr. Phil Heyer, the operations manager, who has been a great source of motivation throughout this whole process. If you're ever feeling tired and you're working with Philip's going to give you an up, and get you ready to go and go out and help someone. So I just want to make it clear that this whole process is just about humans helping other humans. And like Philip was saying earlier, it's not really about someone saying that, this is my food bank or this is my charity. We're far beyond that. We're just humans helping other human beings. And what we found is, like, in a pandemic like this, that simple idea goes such a long way. So before government decided to allow NAU to assist additional people, all of the charities in Cayman were already on the ground trying to help people, because we realized that it's not about the paperwork and bureaucracy and getting stuff approved through various channels. It's really about knowing that we have our fellow human beings in need, and we don't need to say Caymans or expats. There's no need for that at this stage. At this stage, we're concerned about our fellow human being, regardless of where they're from. We need to just, safely and following protocol and following the regulations, we need to reach out to each other and help each other, because, coming together as a community, sharing your resources, if you have more than what your neighbor has and your neighbor is in need, just try to find it within yourself, within your heart, to offer your neighbor some assistance as well. If we work together after this crisis, we continue to work together the way we are now and the way we worked together during hurricanes, we can accomplish almost anything in this country.
Awesome. Do we have any other volunteers that we could potentially speak with? Thank you so much, folks. That was Alric Lindsey. He's one of the volunteers with the Cayman Islands Food Bank. And we saw some photos of you the other day with working with Meals on Wheels. So just to let people know how far this food reaches, it reaches other organizations like Meals on Wheels, who, as you guys know, have been instrumental in feeding the elderly for many, many years. And some elderly persons, that's the only meal that they get for the day, is what Meals on Wheels provides.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Sandra, again, I would like to say a big thank you to all the pantries. Before the food bank came about, there were the pantries. And even First Assembly of God, it's not something new, even not from Pastor Bush's time. Even beyond that, First Assembly has always had a pantry. They used to be called Operation Joy. And that was over maybe 20 years or more now.
Oh, wow.
And there are other pantries throughout the islands and organizations that are doing great job. Again, the food bank is not competing with any of the pantries. We are just gathering to assist everyone. So take ownership of the food bank. It belongs to the people of the Cayman Islands.
Awesome. And if maybe we could speak to just one more person. Is there anyone else who wants to?
Behind the scenes.
No. No other volunteer wants to say hi? Oh, come on. Don't be shy. Let people say.
Sister Clark has been doing it for over 10 years. She's very
Wow.
senior on the team. under Brother Donald Watler, who's been spearheading it for a long time.
Okay. Yeah, just say hi to everyone. You don't have to say anything much, but thank you so much for volunteering.
It's a pleasure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, folks. So
Thank you again.
we do have some of the volunteers here. We're gonna continue our journey this way.
And
Yeah.
remember, Cayman, your donation of funds is also important. There's a cost, operational cost for running any organization, and
Yes.
this goes for the food bank. as well.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, so again, we're at the First Assembly. She's down this direction. We're at the First Assembly Church here off of Crewe Road. And again, we invite you guys to contact the food bank in the first instance. They will have their ability to take in the foods. And then, of course, the food pantries are in charge of food distribution. So good morning, honey. How are you?
Yes, good morning to you. Good morning to everyone out there.
And for people who don't know who you are.
My name is Marie Eden.
Yes.
I work with the food bank on
Wonderful.
the board of directors,
Okay.
director of operations.
Now I can see that you've been using your office as a collection
As a food
point.
pantry, right. People have been coming in here bringing food,
Yes.
and we're so grateful to the public. They've really stepped up. Businesses as well as individuals, some of them out of work, who's actually brought in groceries to help out and volunteer their time. So we're very grateful.
Yes. Now we understand you guys have been doing this a long time at this
Well,
church,
at the
actually.
church, we've been doing it for over 25 years. I've
Wow.
been involved with it. The Cayman Islands Food Bank has been operating for just under 3 years.
Yes.
And
Wonderful.
it's an organization that is very much needed on the island and a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been able to expand the food we give through Cayman Islands Food Bank
Mm-hmm.
because we can get more groceries and a more versatile amount of let's say dairy products, fruits and vegetables. I deal with the Cayman Islands Food Bank.
Yes. And I saw you actually go into a little freezer just now and get some meat. So there's
Yes,
small
we do have
quantities
small
of.
quantities of meat.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
wonderful. Essentials like toilet paper.
Well, they're usually not given,
Yeah.
but we're hoping that as people donate,
Yes.
we're able to purchase these items and distribute them to people because they really need feminine products, toiletries, you know. People usually just donate food, but and also we
There's-
need baby products,
Okay.
Pampers, wipes, formula
Okay.
as well.
Yeah. All right, folks. So you get an idea of some of the additional items
Yes.
that are needed. So it's not just food. It's, people have to live and they've got to do personal hygiene things as well. Just this past week, we've had several requests for baby formula and Pampers and stuff like that. So I'm going to encourage some of my personal groups to bring some of those items by as well, because I didn't realize that they were also on your list. I'm glad that you said that.
Also, you can donate like Kirk money, Kirk currency. Someone donated a large amount of Kirk currency, and we were able to buy formula and Pampers
Okay.
for one family.
Right.
So that comes in handy. It mightn't seem like a lot to
Yes.
you, but just to give those, they really
Yeah.
help.
Okay.
help
And
a
you
lot.
can do gift certificates to
Gift
the grocery
certificates, we
stores.
accept
Um, yeah, so wonderful. Thank you so much. So again, folks, volunteers are also needed.
Yes, we will. As I think we get bigger,
Yes.
because the need is growing, we're going to need volunteers to help pack up stuff, to distribute things. So yeah, we need volunteers.
Okay, how can people contact you, Miss Marie?
Well, my number is on the website.
Okay,
Marie Eden at 916-8006 is on the website.
okay, which website? That's
The
the
Good Samaritan website.
the Good Samaritan website. Okay, so folks, you can go online, or you can even pop by here. Are you guys normally here on
We're here.
Saturdays?
Only to run the food bank.
Only to run the food bank.
And that'll
Okay.
be 9 to 12.
All right, so 9 to 12. for the food bank. But if you want to pop in and get some information about volunteering, you can certainly do that. So we're encouraging you again to contact the food bank as your point of distribution for goods, and then they will distribute out to the food pantries.
But you can also contact me, I'm also on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Because what happens is at the food bank itself, they're on the road picking up groceries a lot of times, right? So no one's there. But the church, First Assembly, where usually someone's always in office, so you can come in, you can drop your groceries off here.
Okay.
If it's easier.
Right.
You know, we're trying to make it as
easy as possible.
For people as possible. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And they are conveniently located right here off of Old Crewe Road.
Right.
And in case you don't know where that is, it's the big roundabout right by King Sports, right after Lion Center.
Yeah.
And you come around the roundabout and you take a left
Right.
so that you don't miss it.
Right across from Silver Oaks.
From Silver Oaks, yeah. All right, folks. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We hope that you've learned a little bit more information about the food bank program, the Good Samaritan program, and the pantries, and in particular this pantry located here at First Assembly Church. Come on by, inquire about volunteering, drop off some food if you've got some food items. They'd be happy to take those from you. And Miss Marie, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
We couldn't do this without you. You've really been a big help to us.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, folks. So again, I'm going to go back through to the food distribution area because I just want to show you guys where you can come and collect food. That's like the entrance over there. And it's right here in their fellowship hall. And they have distributed quite a bit of food already for the day. And they do have some more food. So again, if you're a family in need, there's a storage area there. Tons of food available. You can come in. I'm going to actually... I'm just going to turn the volume down. Right, so some bags already prepared, but all of this is made possible by volunteers in the community. We see Alaric and there are other volunteers who are a little bit camera shy, but they come, they pack bags, they put the tables out, they assist people with getting food, and we always think that people are so wealthy in this community. But the reality is there are a lot of people sorry, I'm getting feedback on that. Yeah, so the reality is that there are a lot of people who are actually in need of these types of services. And this particular church has been doing this for over 20 years. We really want to take our hats off to them. Please contact your local food bank. This is actually one of the drop-off locations as well as serving as a pantry. And tons of volunteers here making this possible. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this morning. We're happy to be having this live segment. We may do a couple other lives throughout the day just to kind of see what's happening in the community. As most of you know, tomorrow the shutdown starts of tomorrow at midnight of all restaurants, bars, salons, pretty much all non-essential services. So if you're a non-essential service, you need to be making preparations to cease operating per the government instructions. So let's just make sure that we all comply with that. Thank you guys so much. And actually in a little bit, I will be live streaming from a local restaurant on West Bay Road so that we can find out a little bit more about what their plans are in relation to still providing food for people who may want food in the community, where you can order in and pop in and pick it up, and they will have some delivery services as well. All right, folks, stay tuned to Keeman Mall Road. We'll be bringing it to you live and direct.